going on? Good afternoon, guys. Dr. Joe just wanted to talk to you guys real quick and answer some questions. A common question asked in solar sales, anything you do is going to be, how did you get success? How did you make your first $100,000? How'd you make $200,000, $300,000? The question I get often is, how did I make my first $300,000 in solar sales? Short answer, hard work. Really, really hard work. I was behind the 8 ball a little bit coming into this industry from the chiropractic world, sports medicine world. I knew nothing about it. I didn't understand what solar was too well. I didn't get what I was kind of providing for people. And me personally, in my own head, is I would never sit across the table and try to quote unquote sell somebody on something that I didn't understand, wasn't using, and didn't see the benefits of. So what I had to do really, really quick was learn what it was, not the specifics. I can't tell you what the panels are made of. I don't know all that stuff. Don't go deep down in there. Don't do that. In the medical world, you know, when there's doctors in the room speaking big words at you, you feel like an idiot, and it makes you feel very uncomfortable to be there. Don't be that person in the room with the homeowner. Don't do the same thing. What I mean is, break it down super, super simple. I broke it all the way down so that I could teach myself. I broke it all the way down that my mentality was to teach this to a 6-year-old, an 8-year-old, make sure they understand it. So I had to learn it to a point where I could teach it. Once I knew that, I felt comfortable enough to talk to anybody about it. Now we all know in the door-to-door sales world, the hardest thing is getting somebody to listen. After I'm done with my presentation, when I'm done talking to people about solar, most of the time the thing I get is, why wouldn't everybody do this? And I always say, because not everyone gives me the opportunity to talk to them. So the next hardest thing was getting in front of people. And I think the biggest thing that people are afraid to do is knock on doors. I don't know if it's an ego thing that people don't believe that they should be knocking on doors, or if it's more of a fear-based thing. For me, it was a fear-based thing. I was nervous to do it. I guess rejection was something that I was fearing, most people do. So what I did was I just went out there every single day, and I didn't do it alone. I went with people that were successful at it. I walked with people that knew what they were doing. I watched how they stood. I watched what they said. I just kept practicing and practicing and practicing and failing and failing and falling on my face. And that's how I made my first $300,000. My ability to be honest in the home and treat the people with respect and show them that sales is not meant to be greedy and pull things over their eyes and try to trick them into doing things is how I closed the deal. But getting into houses was, my goal was to just get better at speaking to people, learning their situations, not taking things personally, and working more than anybody else. In my opinion, the way to get ahead in the world is you gotta be willing to put more work in than everybody else. There's a limited amount of time in a day, so you need to maximize your efficiency in that time. I guess in short, hard work. In the long, I learned it, I taught myself it, I focused on being able to simplify the process for the homeowners, and I got out there and I watched the people that were successful and I tried to copy what they were doing. You do those things, you can make $300,000, $500,000, $1 million. The guys I walked with made $1 million, $1.5 million, $2 million a year doing these things. I just wanted to absorb as much as it was. And that was the way I was able to do it, is by copying the people that were successful and adding my own spin to the process, and where I felt comfortable enough being able to help people with this. Thank you. Any questions, reach out. Anything specific you're having problems with, I would love to help if I could, or at least share my experiences and how they helped me.